Now let's go to another the last Benson Hedges Cup final. And we're off to a murky Lords with Steve May.
The 27th and last Benson & Hedges final brought together the first ever winners of the competition, Leicestershire, with the current NatWest Trophy holders, Essex. Both sides had strong batting lineups, but the thick cloud cover looked more in favour of the bowlers. Chris Lewis won the toss for the Foxes and, recognising similar conditions to the previous year when he bowled Surrey into a winning position, chose to field. The early movement in the air and off the pitch seemed to vindicate his decision, but a succession of wides and streaky boundaries kept Essex score ticking along and Paul Prichard led from the front. Although only 61 runs came from the first 15 overs, the early movement had been negotiated for the loss of only Stuart Law's wicket, and the support bowling lost its grip. Phil Simmons and Lewis were unusually expensive, and the cover boundary became a favourite target for a now flamboyant Prichard. NASSER HUSSAIN began cautiously as the situation demanded, but was soon joining his captain in the free hitting, playing especially well through mid-wicket. There was still enough life in the pitch to encourage the bowlers, and a tight spell from Vince Wells induced the odd rash shot, which went unpunished.
Been some extravagant strokes today, but none more so than that. This is going to be a test of the man out there, Matty. But he's had to go over the rope.
On his day, Prichard is a glorious striker of the ball through the offside, and for the second Lord's final in a row, he dominated the bowling, adding 134 for the second wicket with HUSSAIN.
Again, but this time it's out of the reach of the fieldsman. Neither Ben Smith nor Darren Maddy are very tall people, but even there, I think it would have been safe. That's a lovely stroke. That's one of the best shots of the day. Perfectly controlled, and the timing and placement just right.
The introduction briefly of Matthew Brimson's left-arm spin only accelerated the run rate.
That's what he's been looking for. That spot over deep extra cover.
Prichard closed in on a century with 2 more boundaries off Alan Mullally, and HUSSAIN passed 50 with a 6 over the cover boundary.
And that's enough to take him to 50.
8 runs short of becoming the 4th centurion in a Benson's final, Prichard was caught at cover off Dominic Williamson, but his innings had laid the foundation for a match-winning total. The arrival of Ronnie Irani caused some confusion in the running initially, as HUSSAIN was forced to scramble, but soon the boundaries were flowing again, with Simmons proving just as expensive in his second spell.
4 runs. Poor bowling. Phil Simmons has had a very lacklustre day with the ball.
Leicestershire clawed things back a bit in the last 5 overs, after HUSSAIN skied a pull at Lewis on 88, and Mullally claimed 3 wickets as Essex threw the bat, including Irani to a brilliant catch from Maddy. But the final total of 268 for 7 looked a winning one.
What a wonderful catch. Darren Maddy.
But no sooner were the players off the field than the heavens opened. The forecasts warned of further rain on Sunday, and lists were drawn up for a potential bowl-out if no further play was possible.